Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. I really hope so. I'm Bamidele Salako and I live in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. If this is your first time watching me on this channel, I'm delighted to welcome you to the Canadian Immigrant YouTube channel, your one-stop shop for practical, current and reliable information to help you settle and succeed in Canada. I also want to thank everyone who's coming back and everyone who has subscribed. In just 1 month, we've reached close to 100 watch hours and over 100 subscribers, and I just want to thank you for your incredible support for this channel. If you're yet to subscribe, I encourage you to hit that subscribe button now, as I've got more informative and exciting content coming on this channel. It's all about you and helping you fulfill your Canadian dreams. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you 5 key factors to consider in choosing the right city for you in Canada. Even if you were nominated by one of the Canadian provinces, you still need to make the right choice of a specific city to settle in. And in this video, I'll be helping you simplify the process of making that choice. The very first thing to do is to understand the nature of the job market in different Canadian provinces and cities. It's not enough to move to a city simply because you have family and friends there. While the support of social connections can be invaluable when settling into a new country, it is a secondary consideration as far as the choice of the city is concerned. What's more important is to find out what industries and job opportunities are prevalent in the city you're planning to settle in. You don't want to move to a city and find yourself in a situation where you're stuck because there aren't sufficient job opportunities in that city that are a right fit for your professional experience and expertise, making finding a job in your field an impossible task, and that can be a frustrating experience. So it's very important to educate yourself on the city's labor market before you make a decision. Now, it's important to know that job opportunities are not necessarily a function of the size of the city. A big city in the province you plan to settle in might have fewer opportunities in your occupation, while a smaller city might have more opportunities in your occupation. It all depends on the dominant industries and employers in each city. According to the Alberta Learning Information Service ALICE, getting information on the labor market in your destination of choice will help you know 5 things. 1. The industries that are hiring or not hiring at this time. 2. The regions of the province that needs certain workers with a specific set of skills. 3. The skills employers in that province or city are looking for, and the professional certifications or qualifications you need to acquire to be able to secure jobs with those employers. 4. The chances of finding certain jobs. And 5. Forecasts on jobs that will be in demand in the future in that province or city, so you can develop skills that will position you to be able to take advantage of future job opportunities. So where can you find accurate and reliable labor market information? A simple Google search using the right keywords can help you find the right information to help you make the right decision. For example, you can simply type into the Google search engine labor market information plus your city or province of choice plus your industry or your sector. So let's use Calgary and banking as an example. So you type in labor market information, Calgary, banking, and that will help you see job market information for the banking sector in Calgary. You can also search by province to get a broader perspective on trends and opportunities across different cities in the same province. However, be mindful of sticking to credible and reliable sources when searching for labor market information. Some credible sources include the websites of federal, provincial, and municipal governments, credible national or regional news sources, and financial institutions that provide economic analysis of Canadian markets, such as ATB Good Advice, TD Economics and RBC Economics Research. To avoid information overwhelm, make sure to restrict your search to just the province or the city that you plan to settle in. You can also go on job sites like Indeed.ca or Monster.ca to get an idea of how frequently job opportunities or vacancies in your field are advertised in your destination city or province of choice. Another thing you could do is to set up LinkedIn notifications for opportunities in your specific field to see how frequently you get notifications on advertised vacancies in that city. Cost of living is a major deciding factor in choosing a destination city in Canada. You must ask questions like, what's the average price of rent? If you have kids, what's the average cost of childcare in this city? What's the housing market like, and what will it cost me to buy my own home? Are incomes in this city high enough to cover your living expenses for your specific household size and to be able to save and invest for the future? How high are taxes in this province? I did an extensive video recently on cost of living in different Canadian cities. You can click on the I button on your screen right now to watch the video later. You could also use websites like Expatistan and Nomeo to estimate monthly living costs in different Canadian cities. The links are in the description box below this video. One important thing to note is this. If a city has a high number of job opportunities in your field but is also expensive to live in, what you can do is to research to see if there are nearby towns that are cheaper to live in and that will also offer you a manageable commute to the bigger city where your job might be located. That way, you can live in a less expensive city or town while working in a big city. But you absolutely have to make sure that the commute from the town where you live to the city where you work is something you can handle. Having family or friends who live in the city or province you plan to settle in can be a major deciding factor, but should not be considered in isolation from factors such as job market or cost of living. The experience of family and friends living in your destination city of choice in Canada can be an invaluable asset in navigating the complexities of life in Canada as a newcomer. It can also be an important economic decision if you decide to go to a city where you have family, if that family decides to accommodate you until you're able to secure a job or find an apartment of your own. That will save you costs on short stay rentals or even long-term rentals until such a time when you're properly settled in, you've secured a job, and you can now afford to conveniently pay the cost of rent in your own apartment. In fact, those family members can provide references to you when landlords ask that you provide one before your rental application is approved. Also, if your friends or family have sunk their roots deep into a particular Canadian community or city, they might be able to leverage their connections in helping you secure a job in good time after landing in Canada. Be mindful, however, that you cannot hinge all your hopes on family and friends. You have to be certain of just how much support they're willing to offer you after landing in Canada before deciding to move to the same city where they live. Do not make your decisions based on assumptions. If you work in academia or in a profession where you need to go back to school before you can practice in that profession, educational opportunities may be the most important factor for you in choosing a destination city or province. You want to identify the cities with post-secondary institutions that offer training and education programs in your area of study and having program requirements that you can easily meet with your current qualifications. If factors like scholarships and grants are important to you, then you want to find out what provinces or universities in Canada offer the most scholarships or grants in your discipline. If you work in a regulated occupation like medicine, nursing, architecture, law, and other such professions where you need to get recertified in Canada to practice, then you want to find out what province offers you the shortest and easiest route to licensure, and then choose a city in that province. You can find information on provincial licensure requirements on the websites of the provincial regulatory bodies for your profession. It is also important to find out what skills employers in a particular province need and what schools offer trainings or programs in those skill areas. Another important thing to note is that many times schools in different Canadian provinces tend to have programs accredited by professional associations or regulatory authorities in a specific field. And so immigrants who enroll in these programs can gain course credits that count towards licensure in those specific fields, thereby shortening the path to recertification. So these singular facts can influence your choice of a Canadian city to settle in. Canada's public-funded healthcare system provides universal access to healthcare to citizens and permanent residents. If you're a Canadian citizen or permanent resident, you're able to apply for public health insurance. With it, you don't have to pay for most healthcare services. The universal healthcare system is paid for through taxes. When you use public healthcare services, you must show your health insurance card to the hospital or medical clinic. Now, this is what is important to note. Each province and territory has its own health insurance plan. In some provinces, you must wait sometimes up to 3 months before you can get government health insurance. So if you have a health condition or you're expecting a baby, it is important that you check the website of the Ministry of Health in the province or territory that you're planning to settle in. This way, you can know how long you need to wait to be able to access government-provided healthcare. If you feel the wait time in the province you were planning to move to will not favor you given your unique circumstances, then you might want to consider moving to another province with a shorter or no wait times at all. If, however, you decide to move to that same province with an extended wait time, make sure you get private health insurance to cover your health care needs during the waiting period. Kindly note that there are other factors to consider when choosing a city, like climate, weather, or if you're coming to Canada as an investor, the size and viability of the market in that province for your type of business. But I have tried to cover the most important factors in this video. Also, you should leave your options open and be ready to change cities if an opportunity opens up for you in a city other than the one you landed in. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share it with your friends and family who might be in the process of moving to Canada. Kindly hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I upload a new video on YouTube. If there's any topic you'd love for me to discuss in future videos, please feel free to let me know in the comments. If you have any questions, kindly leave your questions in the comment box below so we can connect. I wish you all the best, and I hope you fulfill all your dreams in Canada. Until next time, it's yours truly, Bamidele Salako. See you soon.